And two things jump out at me. The quality of the international competitors. Not surprised to see the bronze medalist, the two young women from China, although they look a little bit out of step. I guess that's expected when you travel so far.
Well, absolutely, and that's one of the things we discussed earlier. Having to travel around the world to get to a competition, it affects what you do on the floor. And the Chinese started on floor exercise, their first event. This is not the strongest event for the Chinese throughout history. They excel on balance beam and uneven bar. So they have their two best events coming up.
And the Russians, this trio of, I can't even call them women, young girls, one of them 10 years old, but you say they're in the midst of rebuilding, so this kind of international competition is especially important for them?
Absolutely. There's been a lot of turnover in the Russian team since the 2004 Olympic Games. We saw competitors like Svetlana Korkina at the top of her game, her third Olympic Games. She's done. She's retired. It's time for some new blood, and this is how they get their start in those types of competitions.
So we're seeing these preteens, but how excellent have they been? And so the competition continues. Let's get back to more action in the second rotation. And here is that youngest of all from Mother Russia, Tatina Nabieva, 10 years old. Can she possibly reach the upper bar?
I wasn't sure she was going to reach the low bar. She's going to jump up to it.
Wow.
Here she does a huge release move. Big Jaeger. She's flipping up and above the high bar. Full pirouette into a pack salto. Timing that just right to make sure her hands stay on the bar.
Can you tell at that age if they will continue to develop, if they have greatness in them?
Nice full and no back dismount. You know, it's so hard to tell. I mean, they could look great one year and then an injury could halt everything.
Well, their body changes.
Their body changes. Absolutely. There's so many different things that go into it, but obviously these three little Russians look like they could be on par to really do something big in 2008 and 2012. This
10-year-old Tatina Nabieva of Russia, and not bad, 8.85. Look at that intensity. Brittany Habib of Canada. We've already seen her at 8.7 on the beam. And here on the floor exercise.
Doing her first tuck jump double turn in the corner right before her first dummy pass. Getting one of those leaps out of the way.
Very long, lean look to her.
Definitely having some fun with her music. One of the things the judges are looking for on that triple full, which a lot of these athletes are doing, is that their feet get all the way around. They want their feet to actually make the full triple turn, not just their upper body. Cat leap double, cat leap 1.5. Pretty common leap series. Double pike, and as we've said times before, those mats are allowed during this competition.
Little extra padding there. Brittany Habib, who scored 8.7 on the beam.
One of the things we want to look at for Brittany are the tiny deductions, the form deductions, flexed feet right there in the air where her feet came apart and kind of twisted. Those are going to be tiny deductions that she'll need to clean up before any major competitions, major international competitions.
Judges can see that too without instant replay.
They can. They get pretty good at seeing those over time, being able to pick those out.
8.4. They picked out a few flaws. 8.4 for Habib of Canada. And here's Kaylee Hoffman of the United States. You saw her very entertaining floor exercise, and she scored 8.8 there. Here's the vault.
Nice strong run.
Ooh.
Good block here. Chenko layout full twist.
That explosion we saw on the floor almost looked like one of her tumbling passes here.
And this is great. You can watch the height and power she gets, but also watch the distance away from the horse.
Yeah, she almost goes off the end of the mat.
Big vault.
Kayla Hoffman, her coach, likes it, and so did the judges. 9.075. And we're in the second rotation, nearing halftime, if you will, as Zhang Nan of China performs for her second exercise of the evening.
And she opts to do a little bit less difficult vault, a Yurchenko layout. She actually opens up a little early for that landing, brings her hands away from her legs, which makes her a little short on that landing.
I see. And it may have cost her 8.625, the score for the Olympic bronze medalist from China. Stephanie Seisch of the United States.
Third on vault at the Parquet Invitational on this event. Nice high layout Yurchenko. A lot of distance away from the horse. Of course, when you're doing a less difficult vault, you want to make sure that you're sticking those landings and keeping your form.
And be as near to perfect for the difficulty of the vault. And let's see how they reflect in her score. She had 8.45 on the floor, now 8.85. Stephanie Seisch of the United States. And another American competitor, Chris Kosha, who started off very well on the vault, 9.075, now on the bars.
And she is looking to qualify to nationals this year, hoping to make the national team. Nice free effect. Working her way through this bar routine. A little flex feet at the bottom. An Arabian double front dismount.
Chris Kosha trying to take that next step, if you will, that leap, and has posted a good score on the vault, and she and her coach look very pleased with that bar performance.
Some difficult moves, some difficult release moves during this routine, and a double Arabian dismount. Very nice.
So she went for it, and let's see, well, she got 9/10 of it. 9.0 for Chris Kosha. Very solid scores now through 2 rotations. Happiness on all fronts after the bars. We're through 2 rotations now, 2 to go. We'll be back to set the stage for you when we come back right after this on CNE.